Hi, third graders. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for watching this video, and I am so excited to teach you about prefixes. So today for our reading mini lesson, we are going to focus on two prefixes. We're going to focus on the prefix miss and the prefix un. So you might be thinking to yourself, what is a prefix? And that is totally normal if you find yourself thinking that. A prefix is attached at a beginning of a word and changes that word's original definition. So let's look at an example. Here we have the word bicycle. The prefix in this word is by, and it was added on to the root word of cycle. The prefix by means to. The root word cycle has a lot of different meanings. A cycle can be many events grouped together, or it can be a verb to move. So when you put together by and cycle, you get a totally new word, which is bicycle. So the two that we're focusing on are miss and un. These two prefixes can be added on to a root word, like we saw here, to create a new word with a new meaning. So let's look at the first prefix, which is miss. So miss means wrongly, badly, or opposite of. So if you're adding this prefix miss to a word, you're showing that it was done wrongly. So if we look at this word mistreat, if we see mistreat, we know that it means to be treated wrongly. So if you mistreat your fish and forget to feed it, it will be really hungry and probably not feel well. So you are treating it wrongly. If you misuse something, then you are using it wrongly. If you misuse your toys, your mom might take it away and put it somewhere else. And the last word we have is misdirect. So if you are misdirected, that means you are directed wrongly. So if you're out on the street and you're misdirected, you might go left instead of right because you were directed wrongly. And now we have the prefix un. We add un to the beginning of a word to give it a new meaning. So un means not. So here's some examples. If something is unclear, it's not clear. If you make an unwise decision, your decision is not wise. If you unfold your laundry, then it is not folded. Let's look at some more examples. So here we have, remember, miss equals wrong. If you mislead someone, you lead them in the wrong direction. If you have a misunderstanding, you are understanding the information wrongly. If you misbehave, that means you are behaving wrong. Misread, misspell, mishear, misplace, and misuse are more examples. So these are all showing that it was done wrong. So if you misplace your, let's say, iPad, you put your iPad in the wrong place. So those are examples for miss. Now let's look at our examples for un. So remember that un means not. So if you're unhappy, you are not happy. If you're unwell, that means you're not well and you probably don't feel good. If you're uncomfortable, you're not comfortable. If you're uncertain, you are not certain and you probably have some doubts in your mind. And then some more examples are unlucky, unsafe, unhelpful, unkind, unchained, and untidy. So for your work today, you're going to have a few different assignments to do. So for this first one, it says drag the words from the bottom to complete each sentence. So you're going to read these sentences and figure out which word with the prefix on it makes the most sense for that blank. So this one says the directions were very blank and all the kids were confused. So then you'll come down here and you will read through these choices, and once you find your choice, you will click on it, hold it down, and you'll drag it up into the box. So you'll do that for those 4 sentences. And then you'll come on to this next slide and you are going to drag a circle around the word in the sentence that has the prefix in it. So you're going to read the sentence and you're going to look for the word that has either the miss or the un prefix. So here's our example. The girl got her iPad taken away because she misused it. So you can see that I dragged my green circle up here around misused because it has that miss prefix. Then when I read these 4 sentences, I will click and hold on this green circle like I did on the last slide, and I will drag it up around the word that I find. That isn't the correct answer. So you're looking for the words that have miss or un. And then you're going to come down here to this prefix study, and this one focuses specifically on the prefix miss. So remember that miss means badly or wrongly. So first, you have 5 sentences up here. If I blank the question, I always ask my teacher to repeat it. So I'm going to come over to my word bank right here and find out which word falls into the, which word makes sense for this sentence. So is it mistake, misbehave, misplace, misunderstand, or mistreat? So you do that for these 5 sentences, and each word will be used once. And then down here, it'll be a true or false activity. So you will read the sentence and decide if they used the word correctly. So number 1 says, there's no possible way to correct a mistake. So you're going to click on your green circle and you'll either drag it to true or false. Okay, you'll do that for those 5. And then once you finish that, you are done with your prefix lesson for today. And if you remember from some of our assignments last week, to make sure that your teacher gets your work, you're going to click this yellow share button up here, up in my top right corner. And then once you click on the share button, you will be able to type in your teacher's name to make sure that they get your work. So if you have Miss Eichner, you'll use this email. If you have Miss Fairbrother, you'll use this email. My class will use this email, and Miss Rogers' class will use her email. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great time completing these activities. I know you will do awesome, and I can't wait to see you in reading class later.